Hey, what's up, everybody? Time for my Week 15 picks. Starting off with the Bucks going up against the Rams. I just think the Bucks have a better all-around team. Jameis Winston's really making a push for Offensive Rookie of the Year the last few weeks, and I think he's going to come out on top with a score of 20-13. Next, we have a Saturday night matchup of the Jets against the Cowboys. The Jets have been doing very well lately with a three-game winning streak. Their offense has been clicking very well. Their defense has been stopping any run game possible the last few weeks. And the Cowboys have Matt Castle as their quarterback, and they just can't do anything offensively. I think the Jets are going to come out on top with a score of 24-10. Next, we have Kansas City going up against the Ravens. The Ravens have not been doing well at all this season, and Kansas City, after a very bad start, has been doing very well lately, and I think they're going to come out on top with a score of 17-10. Next, we have the Bills going up against the Redskins, and I just think Tyrod Taylor will be an X factor in this game, and he's going to rush for at least one touchdown, just like he did 2 weeks ago, and they're going to come out on top with a score of 13-7. Next, we have the Texans going up against the Colts. This is a battle of the backup quarterbacks. It's T.J. Yates going up against Charlie Whitehurst, and the winner of this could end up being the winner of the division with a possible record of 7-9 at the end of the season. I think T.J. Yates has more experience and has a better team around him, and the Texans will win by a score of 10-7. Next, we have the Patriots going up against the Titans. Patriots, after their two-game losing streak, had a very good win last week, and the Titans had a big loss to the Jets last week, and I just think the Patriots are too good for the Titans, even though they have so many weapons gone with LeGarrette Blount officially out for the season. But with Gronk back in, it's tough to beat a combo like Brady and Gronk, and the Patriots will come out on top 17-7. Next, we have the undefeated Panthers going up against the Giants. The Giants have had trouble all season closing out games, and I think that's going to continue. And the Panthers have been doing very well lately. They've been really handling that every team they've played the last few weeks, and I think that's going to continue with a score of 20-6. Next, we have the Vikings at home going up against the Bears. I think the Vikings have been doing very well, and the Bears have been very on and off as of late. And the Vikings will want to stay in that playoff hunt, stay in that wild card in a possible race for that division, and they're going to come out on top with a score of 20-7. Next, we have the Falcons taking on the Jaguars. The Jaguars' offense has been really clicking the last couple of weeks, and the Falcons have been on a downward spiral after starting the season 5-0. And I think that spiral is going to continue with the Jaguars coming out on top, score of 21-10. Next, we have the Packers taking on the Raiders. The Packers are in the lead of their division right now, but only by a game, and I think that game lead is going to stay put with a win by 14-10. Next, we have the Cleveland Browns taking on the Seahawks. Johnny Manziel is still the starter for the Browns, but I don't think that's enough to take on the surging Seahawks, which has been doing very well. They're on a massive win streak. They're really tough to beat right now, and I think that's going to continue with a score of 28-10. Next, we have the Bengals taking on the 49ers. With A.J. McCarron starting over Andy Dalton, that's a big loss, but I just think the 49ers have been very on and off lately. I just don't think they're good enough to beat the Bengals defense, and they're going to come out on top with a score of 14-9. Next, we have the Chargers taking on the Dolphins. The Dolphins have been very streaky as of this whole season, really. They've lost 2 in a row, win 2 in a row, lose another one, win 1, and then lose 2. And the Chargers have just been a very disappointing season this year. But I think the Chargers will come out on top this game and finally close out with a last-second touchdown with a score of 17-13. Next, we have the Steelers taking on the Broncos. The Broncos had a very tough loss last week against the Raiders. They did not have a single touchdown. They just had 4 field goals, and that's definitely not enough to beat the Steelers, who have been on an offensive tear. And I think they're going to continue that, even though they're going up against a tough Broncos defense. I just think Ben Roethlisberger and Antonio Brown are too good together, and they're going to win by a score of 17-7. Next, we have the Arizona Cardinals going up against the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles had a big win last week, and they're still in it for a chance at the playoffs. But they're going up against the Cardinals, who are one of the best teams in the league. All around, they're possibly the best team with their offense and defense, how they're both playing right now, and they're going to come out on top with a score of 24-10. Next, we have the Monday night matchup of the Lions going up against the Saints. Both teams have been very bad this season. The Lions have been doing better after a horrendous start, and I think that's going to continue with beating the Saints with a score of 14-7. All right, That's all my picks. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next week.